Today we're going to talk about putting gelatin in a beer, what that does and why we do it. So gelatin's a good natural priming agent used to clarify beer. So over a period of time, it'll drop out any sediment, proteins, and things that are left over from the brew process. So you have a nice, clear, refreshing beer. So what we recommend is cold crash your beer for the first 24 hours before you add the gelatin. Once your beer is cold crashed the next day, let's grab some gelatin, a Pyrex measuring cup. Okay, for a 5-gallon batch, what we want to do is take 1 tablespoon and add it to 8 ounces of water. Once we've had our 1 tablespoon of gelatin dissolve naturally through the 8 ounces of liquid, we're going to slowly warm that up to no more than 160 degrees Fahrenheit. Any higher than that, we can damage the gelatin. Once we're there, the liquid should be completely clear. We're going to then add that to our keg of beer. Where we're at right now is we have 5 gallons of cold crash beer that had 3 psi on it overnight. Disconnect the CO2, bleed the keg off, and then open the lid. You're gonna add your CO2 gelatin mixture into the top of the keg, go ahead and cap that, and then add your CO2 to 30 pounds of pressure for 48 hours. That's gonna give you an ideal 2.3 volumes of CO2 in your beer, which is mostly ideal for ales and most porters. But it's a good range. So now we've had our beer sitting for 48 hours at 30 psi. Go ahead and disconnect your CO2 line, purge the keg all the way out so you have no more air or CO2 being released from the keg. Go ahead and reconnect your CO2 after adjusting your regulator to 8 to 10 psi. Pull off 1 to 2 pints of thick, gross beer, and then from there, you'll have crisp, clear, refreshing beer that you can drink with your friends for the weekend. All right, so when it comes to making beer, there's 2 things: primary good ingredients and then time. The longer time you put into your beer, the better quality you're gonna have when it comes to fruition. So take your time. This process of conditioning and carbonating your beer should not be rushed. We don't wanna force the CO2 by rocking the keg. Yes, we can get there if we have a party to go to, but we want that CO2 to be pushed into the water molecule so it dissolves in a complete fashion. So take your time, 3 days to fully cold crash, clean, and carbonate your beer. All right, guys.